Chosen one, God has summoned you to this moment, and what's about to unfold will rock the very core of your being. Tonight, a cosmic shift is igniting, a hidden blessing, a divine gift so explosive it'll flood your life with millions, rewiring you financially, spiritually, and emotionally. This isn't random. This is a sacred collision orchestrated by the Creator himself. God has handpicked you, and he's about to unleash a tidal wave of abundance that'll leave jaws dropped and skeptics stunned. You're stepping into a season of jaw-dropping wealth, unshakable peace, and a transformation so electrifying that your doubters will be left speechless. Get ready. Your life is about to flip upside down in the best way possible. Before we dive into this earth-shattering revelation, I need you to lock in with 3 bold moves. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment with the sacred number 777. This holy trifecta will supercharge the energy of this message, blasting a signal to the universe that you're all in for God's hidden blessing. If you're a true chosen one, you'll ride this wave with me to the very end, because your spirit already knows. This truth was crafted for you. Let's dive in. Chosen one, can you feel it? That wildfire in your soul? That whisper roaring that something colossal is about to break loose? You've battled trials, danced through storms, and yet here you stand, unbroken, unbowed, unstoppable. That's not just grit. That's the signature of a divine calling. God has been sculpting you for this exact moment, and tonight, he's pulling back the curtain on a blessing so mind-blowing it'll rewrite your entire story. This isn't just about stacks of cash, though millions are about to flood your life. This is about a total takeover. Health, relationships, purpose, and a prosperity mindset that'll catapult you into a future of limitless possibilities. God's hidden blessing isn't some ordinary gift. It's a supernatural supernova, a divine download of favor that'll ignite every corner of your life. Close your eyes and picture this, waking up tomorrow with your financial chains shattered, your wildest dreams within arm's reach, and a peace so deep it drowns out every worry. This is God's blueprint for you. He's seen your loyalty, your fire, your relentless trust in him, and now he's roaring, "My child, it's your time." The millions crashing into your life aren't just money. They're a blazing testament to God's ironclad promise to provide for his chosen ones. Let me hit you with a question, chosen one. Ever felt like the world was stacking the deck against you, like every step forward was a battle? That wasn't chance. The enemy's been throwing punches because he's terrified of the blessing God's placed on you. But here's the truth. No weapon formed against you can win. Isaiah 54:17 proclaims, "No weapon that is formed against you will prosper, and every tongue that accuses you in judgment you will condemn." The devil thought he could dim your light, but tonight, God's flipping the script. Those obstacles that tried to crush you, they're now stepping stones to your divine wealth. Think about Joseph in the Bible. Betrayed, tossed into a pit, sold as a slave, locked in chains for years. The world wrote him off as done. But God saw a king. Every blow Joseph took was a setup for his epic comeback. From the pit to the palace, God choreographed every move to launch him into greatness. You, chosen one, are walking that same path. Your struggles weren't meant to bury you. They were forging you into a masterpiece. Tonight, God's cracking open the floodgates, and the millions pouring in are proof his plan for you is bigger than your wildest dreams. Pause and let this hit you like a lightning bolt. You're not ordinary. You were never meant to fade into the crowd. You're an earth angel, a blazing force of divine light, handpicked by God to carry a purpose so fierce it rattles the heavens. The millions dropping into your life tonight aren't just for you. They're rocket fuel for your divine mission. Whether it's launching a game-changing business, championing a cause, or uplifting your community, God's arming you with the resources to shake the world. Your wealth isn't about greed. It's about purpose. It's about living a life that screams God's glory. Chosen one, let's talk about what's going down right now. As you soak in these words, the spiritual realm is buzzing like a live wire. Locked doors are flying open. Impossible opportunities are lining up like stars. The Holy Spirit's on the move, weaving divine connections, sparking financial breakthroughs, and dropping miracles out of nowhere. This isn't some far-off fairy tale. It's happening tonight. The millions God's unleashing are already in motion, and no force in heaven or earth can derail them. Your job? Believe, trust. Step boldly into this new season like the warrior you are. Do this with me now. Close your eyes and see it, a roaring river of abundance charging toward you. Unstoppable, unending, overflowing with every blessing you've ever prayed for. This isn't a daydream. It's God's promise. Psalm 23:5 declares, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows." Your cup's about to spill over, chosen one. The millions aren't just numbers. They're a neon sign of God's limitless provision. A billboard shouting He's faithful to His word. But hold up, God's hidden blessing isn't just about cash. It's about a transformation that rewires your entire being. As the millions roll in, your mindset's about to level up. Doubt, obliterated by confidence. Fear, crushed by faith. Scarcity, drowned in abundance. This is the power of a prosperity mindset, and it's God's gift to you tonight. You're not just stacking wealth. You're stepping into a new identity, one radiating strength, purpose, and divine swagger. Chosen one, ever wonder why you've always felt like you don't fit in? Why your dreams tower over everyone else's? Why your heart burns with a fire others can't grasp? Because you were born for greatness. You're not here to play small. You're here to flip the world upside down. The millions coming your way aren't just for comfort, they're for your calling. God's positioning you as a beacon of hope, a vessel of His love, a living proof of His power. Every dollar, every resource, every opportunity is a tool to unleash the destiny He's etched into your soul. Let's talk about Oprah Winfrey for a hot second. She rose from poverty, abuse, and discrimination to become a global force. The odds screamed impossible, but God had a plan. Every closed door was a redirect to something bigger. Every rejection was a launchpad for her divine rise. Today, her wealth and impact scream what happens when you trust God's timing. You, chosen one, are on that same trajectory. The millions hitting your life tonight aren't the finish line. They're the starting gun for a legacy that'll echo through generations. I'm speaking straight to your heart now. You've walked through seasons of lack, moments when you wondered if God forgot you. But hear this, God's never taken His eyes off you. Every tear, every whispered prayer, every ounce of faith you clung to, He's seen it all. And tonight, He's thundering, "Well done, my faithful servant." Now, claim your reward. The millions crashing into your life are a divine high five, proof your faithfulness wasn't for nothing. Chosen one, this is your moment. The world might have tried to box you in with labels, your past, your struggles, your setbacks, but God calls you by your purpose. You're not defined by what you've been through. You're defined by what God's doing through you. The millions coming are a mirror reflecting His glory, a sign He's transforming you from the inside out. Your life's about to be a living, breathing testimony to His power, and those who doubted you, they're about to eat their words. Let's make it real. Say this out loud with fire. I am the chosen one, and God's hidden blessing is mine tonight. Feel that power? Your words are shaking the spiritual realm, activating the forces working for you. The number 777 is your battle cry, a divine code that God's perfect plan is unfolding. Drop a comment with 777 right now. It's your war flag, staking your claim on the millions headed your way. Let's break down what this blessing looks like. It's not just about bank accounts overflowing, though that's coming. It's about a life of overflow. Relationships blooming, health soaring, joy exploding. God's not about just enough. He's the God of more than enough. Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us." The millions dropping tonight are just the opening act of what God's got planned. Chosen one, wondering why me, why now? Simple, because you're His. You didn't stumble into this message. God dragged you here to speak straight to your soul. He's seen your sacrifices, your grit, your faith against all odds. Now, He's rewarding you with a blessing that'll make the world gasp. The millions coming aren't just for you. They're a megaphone blaring that God keeps His promises. Let's rewind to Abraham in the Bible. God called him to ditch everything familiar and step into the unknown. No roadmap, just faith. And because he obeyed, God blessed him silly, making him the father of nations. You, chosen one, are getting that same call tonight. You don't need to know how the millions will show up. Just trust they will. God's faithful, and His timing's sharper than a laser. Now let's get practical. As God's blessing slams into your life, expect shockwaves. That stalled business deal? It's about to explode. That dream job? It's knocking. A financial miracle? It's coming from left field. These aren't flukes. They're divine setups. God's working overtime behind the scenes, aligning every piece to rocket you into abundance. But here's the deal. Chosen one. You've got to be ready to catch this blessing. A prosperity mindset isn't about chasing dollars. It's about syncing your heart with God's promises. Doubt and fear, they're kryptonite. Faith and gratitude, they're your superpowers. Start thanking God now for the millions coming. Thank Him for the doors He's kicking open, the miracles He's cooking up. Your gratitude's a magnet, pulling miracles straight to you. Picture yourself a year from now, chosen one. Your bank account's bursting, your heart's at peace. Your purpose is crystal clear. No more stressing over bills or dodging setbacks. You're living free, making waves, changing lives. This isn't a fantasy, it's your destiny. The millions dropping tonight are the spark for this new reality. God's not just blessing you, He's setting you up to bless the world. Your wealth will fund dreams, heal communities, spread hope in ways you never imagined. Take a cue from Elon Musk. He started with a vision and a truckload of obstacles. The world called him nuts, but he kept grinding, trusting the purpose God planted in him. Today, his wealth's reshaping the planet. You've got a vision too, chosen one. It's uniquely yours, and God's about to bankroll it with the millions coming. Your dreams aren't too wild. God's the king of impossible. To the skeptics out there thinking, this is too good to be true, listen up. God's promises are the realest thing you'll ever know. The enemy's whispering doubt, trying to make you feel unworthy. But God's shouting louder, you're His chosen one. His word never flops. Isaiah 55:11 says, "So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire." The millions coming are God's desire for you. Own it. As you grab this blessing, something wild's gonna happen. You'll start glowing from the inside out. This isn't just about money. It's about a spiritual upgrade that makes you magnetic. People will flock to your light, your vibe, your peace. Your presence will shift rooms, open doors, and spark faith in others. That's the chosen one effect, a life that radiates God's glory. Hit that like button and subscribe right now. Your support's fueling this message to reach more souls starving for hope. And don't skip this. Drop a comment with 777. It's your bold claim on God's blessing, a signal to the universe you're ready for what's yours. Let's talk resistance. As God gears up to drop millions, expect some pushback. Friends might side-eye your faith. Life might throw curveballs. The enemy might hiss lies to shake you, but here's the truth. Nothing can stop God's plan. The millions coming are locked in by His promise, and no force in heaven or earth can touch them. Stand tall, chosen one. Your breakthrough's already here. Think of David facing Goliath. The world saw a kid with a slingshot. God saw a giant slayer. David didn't need armor, he had faith. One stone, one shot, and the giant fell. You're facing your own giants, debt, fear, doubt. But with God's blessing, you're untouchable. The millions coming are your stones. Swing hard and watch every obstacle crumble. Chosen one, you're not just catching a blessing, you're becoming one. The millions dropping tonight aren't the end. They're the launch pad for a new chapter. God's calling you to rise, to shine, to step into the epic version of you He designed. Your wealth isn't just for you, it's for the world. For the dreams you've carried, the lives you'll transform, the legacy you'll etch in stone. This is your divine purpose, and God's funding it with His infinite vault. Jesus said in John 10:10, "I have come that they may have life, and have it to the full." That's your promise, chosen one. A life bursting with abundance, joy, and purpose. The millions coming aren't just cash. They're about living the full-throttle life God planned. Your relationships will thrive. Your health will rebound. Your dreams will ignite. That's the power of God's hidden blessing. The world might have overlooked you, but God's got you in His spotlight. He's been shaping you through every trial, forging you in every storm. The millions coming are a love letter from Him, proof He's never forgotten you. Tonight, as you seize this blessing, you're stepping into a new identity, powerful, purposeful, dripping with divine favor. Do something bold. Shout this out: I receive God's hidden blessing. The millions are mine, and my life is transformed. Your words are dynamite, blasting open the spiritual realm. The number 777 is your key, unlocking the vault of abundance. Comment 777 now. It's your claim on the millions and your alignment with God's perfect plan. God's timing is surgical, and tonight's no accident. You didn't just find this message. God hunted you down. The millions dropping aren't random. They're the payoff for every prayer, every leap of faith, every time you trusted Him. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." Your struggle season's done, chosen one. Your abundance season's here. As you step into this new era, your energy's shifting, worries evaporating, replaced by a confidence that screams, "I'm chosen." This is the prosperity mindset God's wiring into you tonight. You're not just getting millions, you're getting the wisdom to wield them, the courage to chase your dreams, the faith to trust His plan. That's what makes a chosen one. What would you do with millions? Chosen one? Launch a business that flips industries? Travel the globe, spreading love? Give like there's no tomorrow? Whatever your vision, God's green-lighting it. The millions coming aren't just a gift, they're a mission. God's trusting you with wealth because He knows you'll light up His kingdom with it. Take inspiration from Harriet Tubman. She escaped slavery, then risked everything to free others. No wealth, no power, just faith. God used her courage to rewrite history. You're a modern-day Harriet, chosen one. The millions coming are your tools to lead others to freedom, from poverty, fear, despair. Your life's about to be a lighthouse for the world. This blessing isn't a one-off, it's a lifestyle. The millions dropping tonight are just the opening shot. Walk in faith, and God will keep the favor flowing. Doors you never saw, opportunities you never dreamed. This is the chosen one life, non-stop miracles, endless provision, rock-solid purpose. To the naysayers doubting this, hear me. Their skepticism can't touch God's plan. The millions coming don't need their okay. They're backed by God's promise. Numbers 23:19 says, "God is not human, that He should lie, not a human being, that He should change His mind." This blessing's yours, chosen one. Snatch it. You're at a crossroads. Behind you, struggle, doubt, limits. Ahead, abundance, purpose, impact. The millions dropping tonight are your bridge. Step forward in faith, trust God's plan, and watch Him morph your life into something straight out of a miracle. Imagine a vault stuffed with gold, jewels, treasures beyond counting. That's no bank. It's the spiritual stash God's got for you. The millions are just a peek. Every faith-filled step unlocks more. This is your inheritance, chosen one. Claim it. Your blessings got a ripple effect. The millions aren't just for you. They're for your family, your community, the world. God's making you a history shaper, a light in the dark. Your wealth will build schools, feed the hungry, mend the broken. Your life will spark faith in others. This is divine abundance, a blessing that multiplies when shared. If the idea of millions feels overwhelming, hear Jesus in Matthew 19:26. With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. The millions aren't about your hustle, they're about God's power. You don't need to map it out, just trust it'll happen. God's bigger than your doubts, your fears, your limits. As you embrace this blessing, clarity's coming. confusions fading, and your purpose is snapping into focus. God's blessing doesn't just fill your wallet, it aligns you with His plan. The millions are tools to unleash the real you. You're not just a wealth magnet, you're a glory carrier. Smash that like button and subscribe one more time. Your support's spreading this fire to more chosen ones. Drop a 777 in the comments. It's your declaration you're ready for God's blessing. Your engagement's a seed, sprouting miracles you can't even imagine. You're not alone, chosen one. The Holy Spirit's got your back, guiding, strengthening, prepping you for the millions. The spiritual realm's popping off, angels on. The move, doors swinging wide, miracles dropping. This is God's kingdom in action, and the millions are just the start. Gratitude's your secret weapon. It unlocks God's blessing like nothing else. Say this loud. Thank you, God, for the millions coming. Thank you for your faithfulness. Thank you for choosing me. Your gratitude's a wrecking ball, smashing doubt, silencing fear, igniting faith. You're stepping into overflow, chosen one. The millions tonight are the match lighting a lifetime of abundance. God's not just blessing you, He's remaking you. Your mindset, vision, purpose, they're all hitting new heights. You're not yesterday's you. You're a chosen one, anointed for greatness, built for impact, destined for glory. Look at J.K. Rowling. A single mom scraping by, the world called her a failure. But God saw a visionary. Her faith and grit turned her imagination into a global empire. The millions she earned weren't just cash, they were purpose in motion. You've got a story like hers, chosen one. The millions coming are fuel for your vision, the kickstart to your destiny. Hold this tight. God's blessing isn't a maybe, it's a done deal. The millions are yours. Doubt might creep, but you're tougher. Fear might whisper, but you're louder. The enemy might distract, but you're locked in on God's promise. This is your moment. Grab it. Your transformation's already started. The weight of old failures is lifting, replaced by freedom. This is divine renewal, God's gift to you tonight. The millions aren't just changing your bank account, they're changing you. Rejection might have stung before. People might have said your dreams were too big, you weren't enough. But God's voice drowns them out. You're chosen, you're worthy, you're destined for greatness. The millions are proof His word's solid. No one can steal what God's promised. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." You're called, chosen one. Every struggle, every setback, it's all been building to this. The millions are the climax of God's perfect plan. Trust Him. He's got this. You're on the edge of a breakthrough. The millions aren't just a blessing, they're a war cry. They scream God's for you. His promises are real, His power's limitless. Your life's aligning with His purpose. Opportunities multiplying, relationships deepening, impact exploding. This is the chosen one life, abundance and influence. Picture holding a key. That's God's blessing, unlocking every door the enemy slammed shut. Financial freedom, health, purpose, joy, it's all yours. The millions are that key in action. Grip it tight and use it with faith. Your legacy's taking shape. The millions aren't just for you, they're for generations after you. Your wealth will fund dreams that outlive you, spark opportunities that change lives, leave a mark that never fades. This is God's blessing, a legacy of faith, love, impact. You're not begging for permission anymore. You're walking in, chosen one confidence. This is divine alignment, heart synced with God's purpose, everything clicking. The millions are proof you're right where you're meant to be. Trust His plan. It's unfolding like a masterpiece. Wondering how to handle this blessing? Easy. Walk in faith, give big, follow God's lead. The millions aren't a burden, they're a privilege. God's trusting you to shine His light, whether through a ministry, a cause, or a business. Your wealth's a tool for His purpose. Drop a 777 comment one more time. It's your stake in God's blessing, your seed for miracles. Hit like and subscribe. Your support's carrying this message to the world. God's blessing isn't just what you get, it's who you become. The millions are turning you into a vessel of His glory, a beacon of His love, a proof of His power. You're not the old you, struggling, doubting, fearing. You're a chosen one, anointed for greatness, destined for impact. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, but God had a plan. He walked out with purpose, not bitterness, and changed a nation. You're carrying that same purpose. The millions aren't just wealth, they're world-changing fuel through your faith. You're in a supernatural shift, doors opening, chains snapping, dreams igniting. This isn't small, it's a divine pivot. The life you've dreamed of isn't a pipe dream, it's your reality. Step in with boldness. God's got your back. Expectations your superpower. Expect God's blessing and you're primed to receive. The millions aren't a shock to God. He planned them before you were born. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Expect the millions. Expect overflow. You're not just getting a blessing, you're becoming one. The millions are tools for your divine purpose. God's calling you to rise, shine, be the you He created. Your wealth's for the world, for your dreams, the lives you'll touch, the legacy you'll build. This is your purpose, funded by His limitless supply. Peace is flooding in, washing away old anxiety. This is divine provision, meeting needs, sparking joy. The millions are a sign God's faithful, His promise is true, His love endless. Esther was an ordinary girl turned queen, saving her people. You're an Esther for today. The millions are positioning you to stand tall, bring hope, change lives. This is your calling. God's equipping you for it. Say it one more time. I am the chosen one, and God's hidden blessing is mine tonight. Your words shape your future. Comment 777. It's your alignment with God's promise, your claim on the millions. God's blessing isn't just coming, it's here. Your faith, hope, love, they're the real riches. The millions are the cherry on top, a sign of His favor. The true treasure, the transformation in you. The journey ahead brings new opportunities, new responsibilities. The millions are your stewardship. Use them to build His kingdom, change the world. This is the chosen one life. Purpose, impact, glory. You're worthy because God says so. Ephesians 2:8 says, "For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God." Your blessing's a gift. Grab it with joy. Communities forming around you, people who vibe with your vision. Cheer your dreams. Amplify your wins. The millions are for this tribe. God's building through you, creating opportunities, sparking faith, spreading hope. Divine accelerations hitting. The millions are the spark propelling you into destiny. Years-long dreams, they're happening in days. Impossible goals, reality overnight. God's blessing moves fast and never fails. Trust His timing, it's perfect. Steve Jobs was rejected, fired, doubted, but God had a plan. His faith and vision built an empire. You've got a purpose like His. The millions are your tools to build your empire, leave your mark. God's blessing is reality, not a dream. The millions are yours. Believe, trust, step bold. The enemy's lies, the world's doubts. Nothing stacks up to God being for you. Your perspective's shifting. Old fears, gone, past limits, smashed. This is divine renewal, God's gift tonight. The millions aren't just for your wallet, they're for your life. You're on holy ground. This message is a divine encounter. God's speaking, calling, equipping you for the millions. You're not just reading, you're a chosen one, anointed for greatness, destined for glory. Your dream life's a promise. Step in with faith. God's with you. You're living these words. Every line's a spark for your divine destiny. The millions are a divine decree, sealed by God's hand. You're at the threshold of a breakthrough that'll echo through generations. Don't shrink, rise, roar. Claim the abundance with your name on it. God's moving for you. The overflow's here, sweeping you into a future so bright it blinds your past's shadows. You've survived valleys, slain giants, stood tall. That's not just you, that's chosen one DNA. God's forged you in fire for the millions coming. Every struggle was a deposit, and tonight, He's paying out with interest. Wealth, favor, opportunities, they're hitting like a divine tsunami. You're not bound by limits, not chained by opinions. You're a child of the King, a warrior of light. The millions aren't just freedom, they're liberation. God smashing chains, shattering ceilings, launching you into limitless realms. Soar, chosen one. The sky's just your launch pad. Picture a seed, buried in dark soil, forgotten. But it's growing, breaking through, chasing light. That's you. Your past's darkness wasn't a grave. It was your incubator. The millions are sunlight calling you to bloom. Your life's becoming God's masterpiece, a testimony to His power. Feel the urgency. The spiritual realm's electric, angels on assignment, paths clearing, doors flying open. The millions aren't a hope. They're now. God's not waiting for perfection. He's waiting for your readiness. You're ready, chosen one. Step in with boldness. The Creator's got you. Your vision's a wildfire, a business flipping industries, a ministry healing nations, a legacy inspiring millions. God sees it, and He's funding it. The millions aren't cash. They're purpose fuel. Building what only you can, becoming what only you can. Your vision's perfect, God-sized. Raise your hands and shout, I'm ready for God's hidden blessing. The millions are mine, my purpose unstoppable. Your words shift atmospheres. Comment 777. It's your divine contract, claiming your inheritance. Naysayers? Their doubts can't dent God's plan. The millions don't need their vote. They're God's promise. Psalm 27:1 says, The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? You're untouchable. God's your shield. Moses, a stuttering exile, parted the Red Sea with faith. You're a modern Moses. The millions are your staff, parting impossibilities seas. Your calling's not too big. God's paved the way. You're stepping into influence. The millions position you to lead, inspire, transform. Your story's a beacon, proving miracles are real. God's faithful. You're a blessing, a testament to divine favor. Your energy's shifting, past heaviness gone, lightness rising. This is divine renewal reshaping you. The millions change your perspective, your confidence, your destiny. Picture a river, powerful, clear, carrying wealth, health, joy, purpose. The millions are the first wave. Trust, receive, give. It overflows. This is your life. Constant flow, unshakable faith. You're a doer, not just a dreamer. The millions are for action, building your vision, chasing your calling. Launch that business, write that book, start that movement. The resources are here, the time's now. God's given the green light. Serena Williams defied odds, faced hate, never quit. Her faith made her a legend. The millions were her victory. You're a Serena. The millions are your win. Your story inspiring the world. Alignment's everything. Sync with God's purpose and it all clicks. The millions are your faith's fruit. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, Trust in the Lord, He will make your paths straight. Your path straight, leading to abundance. Visualize your future. Freedom, love, purpose. The millions fund it, change the world. This is your destiny. Comment. 77. Claim it. You're a movement. The millions ignite change. Your life inspires bigger dreams, deeper trust, stronger faith. You're a force, shifting the world with God's favor. Gratitude's your strategy. Thank God for the millions, and more comes. Say, thank you, God, for the millions, your favor, my destiny. Your gratitude unlocks miracles. You're in a sacred moment. The millions are a mandate to rise, lead, shine. The world needs your light. You're not small, you're massive. The millions build your legacy, fulfill your purpose. Matthew 5:16 says, Let your light shine. Glorify your Father. Your light's blazing, reflecting God's power, love, faithfulness. You're stepping into wisdom. The millions bring clarity, guiding your moves. God's giving revelation. You'll know what, where, how. This is chosen, one life. Spirit-led, faith-fueled, favor-crowned. Beyoncé faced rejection, but believed her purpose. Her faith made her a billionaire, uplifting others. You're a Beyoncé. The millions are your stage. Perform. You're a carrier of God's presence. The millions shift atmospheres. Your wealth moves communities. Your vision inspires nations. Your faith moves mountains. This is chosen one life. God's glory in action. Persistence got you here. Every knockdown you rose. Every block you pushed. That's why God trusts you with millions. You'll multiply them. Your persistence is your superpower, paying off big. You're at a new reality's edge. The millions are your bridge to freedom, purpose, impact. Cross it in faith. This isn't your story's end. It's your legend's start. Hit like, subscribe, spread this to more chosen ones. Comment 777. Your seed for miracles. You're a builder. The millions are bricks for your vision. God's giving you tools to construct a life glorifying Him, a legacy eternal. Blaze your path. The millions are your fuel. Surrender's power isn't giving up, it's giving over. Surrender fears, doubts, plans to God, and miracles flood in. The millions are your surrender's fruit. Philippians 4:6-7 promises peace, guarding your heart. Your surrender's unlocking abundance. You're a revolution. The millions ignite faith, hope, love. Your life shows what's possible with God. You're a force changing history. Vision seeing God's plan. The millions focus it. Opportunities where others see blocks. Your vision's supernatural. Hold it. It's becoming real. You're stepping into wholeness. The millions heal heart, mind, body. God's restoring, renewing, redeeming. This is His blessing. Total transformation. Malala faced death for education, but God had a plan. Her courage made her a global voice. You're a Malala. The millions are your platform. Your voice will be heard. You're a thriver. The millions are for living boldly, gloriously. God's calling you to thrive. Finances, relationships, health, purpose. Step in. You were born for this. Faith is believing God. The millions are your faith's fruit. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is confidence in what we hope for, assurance about what we do not see. Your faith's paying dividends. You're a miracle. The millions are for the world. Your life proves God's promises. You're a chosen one, changing everything. Shine, believe, rise. Your story's just beginning. You're in a divine moment. Heaven meeting earth. God's promises hitting your faith. The millions are a battle cry. You're unstoppable, unbreakable, chosen. You're here to dominate. Create, leave a mark. God's pouring favor like a river, and you're His vessel. Rise, chosen one. The millions are just the start. Feel the fire in your spirit, that hunger to be more. It's the Holy Spirit waking you to your truth. You're not chained by past, doubts, fears. You're a chosen one, carrying greatness. The millions unlock your potential, unleash your purpose, set the world ablaze. You've carried burdens, walked storms, yet you're here, shining. That's divine power. God sculpted you for the millions. Every tear, sacrifice, faith-filled moment built this. The wealth's God saying, you're ready, take it. Imagine a lion on a mountaintop, roaring. That's you. The world tried to cage you, but God's got plans. The millions are your roar. You won't be silenced. This is your season of authority. Voice heard, vision seen, impact felt. Unleash the lion. Stand and shout, I'm a chosen one. The millions are mine, my destiny unstoppable, my God faithful. Your words shake realms. Comment 777. Seal it. Claim your abundance. Destiny's no accident. God wrote your name in His book before time. Your purpose shakes heavens. The millions. Align you with it. Every dollar a step, every chance a puzzle piece. Your destiny's a blueprint. The millions its ink. You're stepping into authority. The millions are a crown, favor, power, leadership. You set the pace. Your success sparks faith, wealth ignites hope, story fuels change, you lead to light. John 16:33. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. You're an overcomer. Troubles strengthened you. The millions prove you've won. Your victory inspires others. Maya Angelou rose from trauma to a voice for millions. Her faith made her iconic. You're a Maya. The millions are your microphone. Sing your song. Boldness is certainty. God's with you. His promise is true. The millions call you to dream big. Act fast. Love deep. Be bold. The world needs your courage. Connections are forming. Vision sharers. Dream cheerers. The millions build a faith network, a change movement. Your destiny's too big for solo. God's got your tribe. Picture a lighthouse in a storm. Guiding ships. That's you. The millions fuel your light, shining hope, faith, freedom. This is your calling. God's equipping you.